Hi everyone, I'm Umesh Rana and welcome back to the Programming Fields. Today I'm back with second part of Laravel 11 multi-auth guard tutorial using the bridge auth package. So in the first part, I did the Laravel 11 application setup along with the bridge package, in which I had created a model and migrations for super admin and admin role, and also I created separate migrations for super admin and admin for managing multiple authentications. Thereafter, I created guards and providers for super admin, admin and normal user for managing sessions. So we completed till this step 6, in which we have implemented the authentication process for the super admin. And now in the today's video, we will continue with this remaining part of the admin authentication, and then we will create the middlewares for managing the different redirection. So if I will come to the browser first, and here if I will show you the application, then this is the default home page. Here we have the auth scaffolding, so we have the login and register option. So if I will click on this login, here it redirected me to the user login page, and for the super admin, here we have the URL like superadmin/login. So let's suppose if I will try to access the superadmin/dashboard before login, then here it redirected me to the normal login user page. So before this URL redirection, it should check if this request is coming from this superadmin guard, then belonging to that, it should redirect to the superadmin routes only. Similarly, from this normal user login, if I will try to redirect to the dashboard page, then this is redirecting correctly to the login page. So firstly, we will have to set up this middleware for managing these different redirections. So let's come to the terminal, and here we will create a middleware as PHP artisan make :middleware, and here we will have to provide the middleware name. If you are familiar with the Laravel 10 architecture, then we already know Laravel provided default middleware as redirect if authenticated and authenticate middleware. So here in Laravel 11, we cannot see those middlewares directly inside the middleware folder, because Laravel 11 moved those inside Illuminate Foundation. So inside HTTP, currently we cannot see the default middleware folders here until we have created any new middleware. So let's come back to the terminal and let's continue with the middleware name as redirect if authenticated. Alright, let's hit enter, and yes, middleware has been created. If we'll come to the VS Code editor, then we can see it generated this middleware folder, and inside this it created redirect if authenticated middleware. Alright, so now let's add the functionality to manage the redirection here. So inside this middleware, we will have to check the incoming request from different guards. So for this, we will have to receive the guards from the parameter here. So we will define a variable as $guards, and here we will set this to array. So better we can use a spirit operator. So here this will give the guard name in the form of array, and here let's add dump and die $guards. Now in the next step, we will have to register this middleware. So in order to register this middleware, we will have to come inside this bootstrap and app.php, and inside this we have the with middleware closure function. So inside this middleware closure function, we will have to register the middleware. So here we will use middleware alias function, and inside this we will have to create array of alias, and here we will have to register that middleware. So let's paste that middleware class name as redirect if authenticated, and then pass the : class, and here we will have to give one alias for this redirect if authenticated middleware. So here I will give the alias name as guest. Alright, and we will have to pass this array. Now we will have to import this middleware here. So let's write use apps http middleware and redirect if authenticated. So middleware is registered here. Now let's come back to the browser, and here let's refresh this URL. So here we can see from this login page, we are getting this guard as web, and if we will check for this superadmin here, superadmin/login, then here we are receiving the guard name as superadmin. So this guard name is basically coming from this route. If I will come to the VS Code editor, and inside this routes folder, if we will check for the superadmin routes, then here we can see along with this auth we have passed this guard name as super admin. Alright, and also for this guest route we had added this guard name as super admin. So basically this guest route will be working for the unauthenticated routes, just like we have to access the login page before the authentication, and after the authentication we will be able to access these protected routes as dashboard, profile and logout routes. Alright. Similarly, if we'll come to the auth.php route, then here we already passed this guard here along with this auth and for the guest as well. So for both users we are receiving the guard name here. So now based on this guard name we will add the condition to set the redirection. So firstly I will check if guards is not empty. So I will check if empty guards, then I will set guards to null, else I will receive this guards exactly what is coming from these parameters, and I will assign this to a variable as $guards here. Now here based on this array of guards I will set iteration as for each, $guards as guard. Okay, so here we will be receiving the guard name. Then I will check if guard is authenticated. Check if guard is authenticated. So to check I will be using auth guard function, and inside this auth guard I will pass this guard name, and then I will call this check function. So basically inside this auth check function I have passed this guard. So it will determine if the current guard is logged in, and here I will put this in if condition just like this, and also we will have to import this auth. So let's import use auth. Alright, now we will have to differentiate the guard whether it is super admin or normal user. So again we will add one condition as if guard equals super admin. Alright, and then we will check the request URL is coming from super admin or normal user. So for this I'll be checking the route. So I will be using this route each function. Alright, and inside this route each function I will be checking if this is super admin dot star, means anything that will be coming preceded with super admin, and we will have to import this route facade here. So let's import use route. Okay, and inside this if condition, if this is super admin routes and if that is authenticated, then it will redirect to the return redirect route super admin dot dashboard. Alright, else if it is normal user, then we will have to set the redirection to the normal dashboard page. So I will be adding this route as dashboard. This is done. Now let's save it, come back to the browser, let's refresh now. Now let's try to log into the super admin account. So I will type superadmin@test.com, that is my registered super admin account, and password is password@123. So yes, on successful login I have redirected to the super admin dashboard, and here inside this profile option I am able to access the super admin profile. And from this normal user login page, if I will refresh it and if I will try to log in from this user@test.com, password is password@123, yes, it redirected to the normal dashboard page, and from this profile option here I am able to access this profile. Now from this authenticated normal user profile page or from this dashboard page, if I will try to access the normal user login page, then it redirected me to the dashboard page. That is correct, because if I am already logged in, then I should not access the login or register page. So let's try to check this register. Yes, it redirected me back to the dashboard page. Alright, similarly from this super admin dashboard, if I will try to access the super admin login page, then it redirected me to the normal dashboard page. So this is correct here. Let's try to update this profile. Yes, profile is updated. Let's update for this super admin. Yes. Now let's try to log out this super admin profile here. Yes, so I have logged out this super admin. Now let's come back to the normal user dashboard page. Let's refresh it. Then we can see it logged out this session as well. So this should not happen. When I logged out this super admin, it should not log out the normal user login. So we will have to prevent this because we have created multiple guards to manage multiple sessions at the same time. So let's come back to the VS Code and let's open the authenticated session controller. So inside app HTTP controllers, for the super admin inside auth we have this authenticated session controller. So inside this we will have one destroy function for logout, and we already passed this auth guard here. We will have to remove this session invalidate function because this is invalidating the entire session, whether it is for user or it is for super admin. So we will have to remove this line from here. Same thing we will have to update inside this normal auth controller. Inside this controllers auth folder we will have to remove this invalidate function. This is done. Let's save it. Come back to the browser now. Let's try to log into the normal user by user@test.com, password @123. Yes, I have logged in, and now let's try to check this super admin login here. Super admin password @123, and here now let's try to log out to the super admin dashboard. So yes, super admin is logged out. Now if we'll check to the normal user dashboard, yes, so the session is active for the normal user. Here we are able to access the profile page, we are able to update it. So this has not affected the normal user session. Now if we'll come to the super admin /login, and from here if I will try to access this /dashboard page, then still it redirected me to the normal user login dashboard. Alright, but I tried to access this super admin /dashboard. So we will have to prevent this authentication redirection when user is authenticated. So for this we will have to create one more middleware. So let's come to the terminal, and here we will create one more middleware as authenticate. This is also a inbuilt middleware provided by Laravel. So here we will have to override this functionality again. So let's create this middleware. Middleware has been created. Let's come back to the browser, and now let's navigate to the middleware folder, and inside this authenticate.php we will have to manage the authenticated redirection based on the guards again. So here again I will receive parameters as guards here. Let me dock this, and again let's check if guards is not empty. We will have to check if empty guards, then we will have to set this null in the array, else it will be incoming guards, and let's assign this to one variable as $guards. Now based on this guards array we will have to again iterate the for each. So we will write guards as $guard, and again we will check if auth guard, and let's pass this guard here, and then we will check if this guard is authenticated. That means if the logged in. Let's import this auth facade again here, use auth, and then I will be using auth should use function here, and inside this I will pass this guard. So when this guard will be logged in, then this will set the guard to this auth here, and this return next will come inside this auth check. Alright, and here we will have to handle if user is not authenticated. So for this we will have to create one function. So let's create one function as protected function unauthenticated. Alright, and here we will have to throw one exception as throw new authenticate exception. Alright, and inside this authenticate exception we will have to pass the parameter. So first parameter will be message like unauthenticated, and in the second parameter we will have to pass the guards for which this will return unauthenticated. So also we'll have to receive one parameter here as array guards, and let's pass this guards here, and here based on this we will have to set the redirection URLs. So better we can call one function here just like $this redirect to, alright, and we will have to define this function. So let's create one function as protected function redirect to, and inside this redirect to function we will have to check if route is superadmin dot star, means superadmin dot anything, and we will have to import this route first, route, alright, and also we will have to import this authenticate exception. Yeah, this is imported here. So if route is superadmin and if it is not logged in, then we will have to return this to superadmin login. So we will write superadmin dot login. Similarly, we will have to handle it for admin and normal user. Alright. So as of now, let's write it for else part directly for the user, because as of now we have not implemented the superadmin part. So let's write for else part as normal user. So we will write return route normal login. This is done. We will add one comment as for else part normal user, and we will have to call this unauthenticated function here inside this handle function, and we will have to pass this guards that is coming from this guards here. So let's pass this guards, alright, and let's add comment as handle unauthenticated session. Okay, this is done. Let's add annotation here, function to handle unauthenticated request, and param is guards here. Alright, let's add here as well function to redirect based on route. Okay, so this is done, and again we will have to register this middleware. So let's copy this middleware class, and now again let's come back to the bootstrap app.php, and again inside this middleware alias we will have to register this. So let's give the middleware alias name as auth, and here let's register this authenticate class. Alright, and let's import this middleware here. So let's duplicate this and let's change this class name as authenticate. Yes, so this auth middleware is registered here, and we already applied this auth middleware inside this route. So if we'll check out the routes here, then inside this superadmin we already included this auth middleware. Also for this normal user we already used this auth middleware here. So by using this guard, this will differentiate the current logged in user, and based on that it will set the redirection. So let's come back to the browser, and now let's refresh this, and again let's try to access the superadmin/dashboard from this normal user login session. Now let's hit enter, and yes, we can see now instead of /dashboard it redirected me to the superadmin/login. So this is correct, because from the superadmin still we are not logged in and we were trying to access the dashboard route. So before login we cannot access the superadmin/dashboard route. So it redirected me correctly to the superadmin/login page. Now let's check for the normal user here. So for the normal user, if I will try to access to the login page, then it redirected me to the dashboard page because this session is active for the normal user. Now let's try to log into the superadmin account. Yes, so here we have redirected to the superadmin dashboard. From here we can access this, and if I will try to access the login page, then it redirected me to the dashboard page. So this is correct here. So middleware and redirection part is done. Alright, now we will have to implement this authentication for the admin. So let's close these all files here, and let's come back to the HTTP controllers, and let's create one more folder as admin, and inside this admin let's replicate all these files from this super admin. So let's copy this auth folder, and here let's add it inside admin folder here, and also let's copy this profile controller and let's add it inside admin. So inside this authenticate session controller for the admin, we will have to navigate to the admin.auth login page. So we will have to create this login page, and now if we'll check this store function for handling login request, then we will have to create this for admin. So let's rename this to admin login request, and this is coming from this request auth folder. So we will have to create this login request. So let's come inside this request folder, and inside this auth folder let's copy this super admin login request and let's paste it here. Now let's rename this to admin login request, just like this, and also we will have to change this class name as admin login request. And now inside this admin login request we will have to pass the guard name as admin. Alright, rest everything will be same. Let's close this, and here yes, this admin login request is coming, and after this successful admin login we will have to redirect to the admin dashboard page, and on the logout function we will have to log out the admin guard authentication, and here this should redirect it to the admin.login page. This is done. So authenticate part is done here, and here we can remove these all other controllers, these are not required. So let me remove these all. Alright, same thing we will have to update this for profile controller. So let's start with this profile request. So instead of super admin, let's change this to admin profile update request, and on profile edit we will have to open this admin.profile.edit page, and let's change this request here to admin profile update request. So firstly let's create this admin profile update request here. So inside this request folder we have this super admin profile update request. Let's copy and let's paste it inside this request folder, and let's rename this to admin profile update request. Yes, this is done, and here we will have to change this model name to admin, and let's import this admin model here. Yes, this is done. Now let's come back to the profile controller, and here yes, we are able to access this. Now after the admin profile update, this should redirect it to the admin.profile edit route, and the message will be same profile updated, and on the delete account this should log out the admin auth guard, and this will redirect it to the login page. And also this session invalidate function is not required here. This is done. So profile part is done. Now we will have to come back to the view folder inside app. So we have the super admin app layout and app layout. So similar to this, we will have to create one app layout for the admin, and here let's rename this to admin app layout. So this is a component basically. Let's change this class name to admin app layout, and here we will have to return the view as admin.layouts.app, and we will have to create this component view. So let's come back to the resources views folder, and inside this views folder let's create one more folder as admin, and inside this admin folder we will have to copy all the views which are inside super admin. So let's start with auth folder again. So let's copy this auth folder and let's add it inside admin folder. This is done. And again regarding this register, reset password, verify email, these all views are not required, so let's delete these all, and also this confirm password and forgot password, so let's remove these all. Okay, so now inside this admin auth we have the login blade only. Similarly let's copy this layouts folder. So let's copy this layout and let's add it inside admin, and here inside this app.blade we will have to call the admin layouts.navigation. Alright, and inside this admin.layout.navigation we will have to change the URL. So let's change this header URL as admin.dashboard and just type Control D. Alright, and now let's change this to admin only. Okay, now let's come back to the profile option. So we will have to copy the profile folder from here and let's paste it inside admin. Inside this profile, edit blade, let's change this title to admin profile, and here we will have to import this parent component from admin app. So let's change this to admin app layout here as well. And regarding this profile partial updates, we will have to change this view to admin.profile partials. Alright, now go inside this profile information form blade, and here let's change this profile update route to admin.profile.update. Same thing for this update password form, we'll have to change this route to admin.password.update. Also for this delete user profile, so let's change this route to admin.profile.destroy. So views are updated. Now one more thing, we will have to copy the dashboard view. So let's copy this dashboard view, and here inside this admin folder let's paste it, and let's rename this to admin dashboard, and also we will have to change this parent component to admin app layout. Alright, this is done. So the controller functionalities and views are added. Now in order to execute the controller functions, we will have to create one route for admin. So let's collapse this and come back to the routes folder, and let's duplicate this super admin route and let's paste it here. And now let's rename this to admin. Okay, and now let's import this inside web.php. So we'll import this to admin.php here, and now let's modify this admin routes. So inside this, firstly let's change this prefix to admin, and also this name route will be admin dot something, and here we will have to change this middleware from super admin to admin. Rest this login route will be same, but now we will have to update this controller path. So instead of this super admin auth, this will come from this admin folder. Alright, but now we have the path issue. So let's come back to the authenticated session controller for this admin. HTTP controllers admin auth authenticated session controller, and here we will have to change this namespace from super admin to admin. And also for this profile controller, let's change this to admin. Yes, this is done. Now again come back to the admin route. So let's go ahead and here let's change this guard to admin again, and from this /dashboard route, this will redirect it to the admin.dashboard page. Let's update this profile controller path as well. So this is done. Now let's come back to the terminal. Now let's verify the routes here. So we'll type php artisan route colon list. So if we'll check here, then yes, we can see we have the list of admin routes. Now before accessing this admin login, let's try to optimize the configuration and routes cache. So we'll type php artisan optimize colon clear. So all the configurations cached have been cleared here. Now we will have to update the middleware as well. So let's search for the authenticate middleware. So inside this app, http middleware and authenticate middleware. Here we will have to add one more condition for the admin. Alright, let's add condition as route is admin dot star. Okay, and this will redirect to the admin dot login route. Yes, so inside this redirect to, we have added for the super admin, admin, and for this normal login if the user is not authenticated. Okay, same thing we will have to update this inside redirect if authenticated middleware. So inside this handle function, we will have to add one condition for the admin. We will add else if guard is admin and route is admin dot anything, then that will redirect to the admin.dashboard. Alright, and this was for the normal user else part. Now let's save it, come back to the browser, let's log out, and here let's try to access localhost 8000 /admin /login, and here we will have to change this admin login title. So let's come back to the resources views folder. Inside this admin login, let's update this to admin login, and also we will have to change this form action from super admin login to admin login. Alright, this is done. Yes, it updated. Now we will have to create one admin data inside database, so that based on that we will be able to validate the admin login process. So again, for this I will create one more seeder. So we'll type php artisan make seeder admin seeder. Yes, seeder has been created. Now inside this database seeders, we have one seeder. Inside this admin seeder, we will have to add one entry. So I will copy it from super admin. Let's add it here, and we will have to import the db facade and model. Let's change this to admin first. Okay, let's import one by one. We'll type use app models admin model, and then we'll have to use db facade. Also we'll have to import hash facade. Yes, and I will have to change this table name as admins, because we already have one migration for the admin. So inside this we can see we have the admin migration. So let's change the name as admin. Email account will be admin@test.com and password will be password@123. This is done. Now let's execute this admin seeder. So to come back to the terminal, and let's type php artisan db :seed and hyphen class equals, let's paste that class name as admin seeder. Let's hit enter. Yes, it seeded the admin table. If we'll verify inside this database, let's click on this database.sqlite, and yes, we can see we have one entry inside this admins table. Alright, so come back to the browser, let's refresh. Now let's try to log into the admin account. So we have the credential as admin@test.com, password as password@123. Now let's hit enter, and yes, we have successfully logged into the admin dashboard. But here we can see in the header this is showing super admin dashboard, so we will have to rename that. So inside admin layouts navigation.blade, we will have to change this to admin dashboard. Yes, this is fine now. Now let's click on this profile option. So here this route endpoint is admin/profile. Let's click on this, and yes, here we are able to see admin information. Now let's try to update this admin profile here. Yes, profile has been updated. Now let's try to log into this super admin parallelly. So here we'll type superadmin@test.com, password@123. Yes, here we have logged into the super admin account as well, and this is admin. So parallelly we are able to manage super admin profile here. Similarly, we are already logged into the user account. Alright, so from user account, if I will try to log into the normal login, it redirected me to the dashboard page. Now let's check for the super admin. So from super admin, if we have already logged in, and if we try to check login page, then it redirected to the dashboard page. Let's check for admin. So from admin, let's try to navigate to the login page. Yes, it redirected to the admin/dashboard. Alright, now let's try to log out to the admin profile here. So admin session is logged out. Now check for super admin. Yes, super admin is not affected. Also let's check for normal user. Yes, it is also not affected here. So by using this way, we can handle multiple user authentication using multiple guards. Alright. Finally, we have implemented multi-user authentication successfully in Laravel 11 project. In this video, we covered how to set up multi-authentication in Laravel 11 using Bridge package. We created separate guards and providers for super admin admin and normal users. And we set up authentication routes, controllers and views as well. Also, we customized the middlewares for handling redirections for multiple users. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Multi-authentication is a powerful feature that can enhance the security and flexibility of your Laravel application. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestion. And don't forget to subscribe to Programming Fields for more Laravel tutorials and tips like this. And also you can share this channel with your fellow developers. And check out the description for links to code repository and related resources regarding this project. Also, you can follow me on my social media profile for more updates and tutorial like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Until then, happy coding.